You need to talk. I skal snakke mindre, åbenbart. Du må gerne snakke lidt. Ja, så kan vi jo bare også gøre sådan her.
Yeah, you can probably turn your input down a bit. So.
Okay, I think we're live. Welcome to the Assembly Saturday Night Live, which is also a Compostudio. I have here with me Deeper of Adept. Then I have Waffle, Luftwaffle of many groups. And I have One Wild Frankie. Then our amazing DJ, Lugober.
Good evening.
Truck. And then we have a bunch of Danes who can introduce themselves.
Hello, Purix and Dwarf. And
welcome.
Other people in the background.
And background noise.
And background noise. Okay.
Background.
So that was quite a compose tonight. We had the live acid competition that was hosted by Chersak from the Denmark, from that cabin with the background noise. Can you tell us a bit about the acid music competition and its traditions and where it kind of came from?
Yes, we can try to do that. I think I was challenged. I've been somewhat what you call the main organizer of Tresac for quite a while, and I was challenged to play some proper techno, acid techno at Tresac, and I do like techno and electronic music in general. So I said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but also, there's a timetable and being an organizer, and at Tresac there should also be room to have beers. I was a bit reluctant. And then we did have an acid event. When was that? It's many years ago. We had this concert, 2012 or 11. Yeah, it's quite some years ago, and that was massive. So based upon that concert we had, that was a live concert, not a compo, but just a live concert. Yeah. We thought about doing a live set with entries, because then people would participate, would kind of take part in the party, and we do like to party at Tresac. Yeah. So that was kind of the foundation, and we tried it out once and never looked back. The dance floor is filled, and there's smoke and strobes and everything. Pretty sure people who tried, Ola, Luguber, you tried a couple of times to attend. Truck, you did as well. Yep. Pretty sure you can vouch for the feeling of having a DJ set with new music that I never heard before. So it's really cool.
Basically, everybody goes out on the dance floor, and for 45 minutes to an hour is just having an absolute blast, and then beer and schnapps break and compost. It's fantastic. It's just it's Tresac. It just rules.
Yeah, I'm so sad that I have never been able to be there live. Like, I was about to kind of thinking coming this year. Then there was this global pandemic. I don't know if you heard this COVID-19 thing. No. And then suddenly we had Assembly and Chersak dates collapsing. And that's where we kind of came up with the idea that maybe we should collaborate a bit. And well,
I mean, we did have some plans, right, to keep, in real life parties in both locations, and actually run at least the same entries, but still on location. But obviously, we were not able to do that in real life setup. And we talked a long time about the whole situation, even in spring, and we decided that, if we cannot have Tresac, at least the acid combo needs to be there, because it's become such an essential part of Tresac that we couldn't not have it. A tradition we need to keep.
And I'm really, really glad that we had it now, even though we couldn't have it on site, even in Helsinki, but even in online, it was just a blast, and the entries were great.
Oh, yes.
Lugober, can you comment a bit about the mixing process and the entries?
Yeah, sure. We got the tracks yesterday, basically, and Purix and I sat down over Skype, as it is, and just listened through the stuff and cobbled together a playlist. Did some testing, and also, just quality control and made a playlist, which is the same playlist I played today. And it works out. I think the quality of tracks was awesome. Was so much good stuff, and maybe to my surprise, I ended up liking some of the calmer tracks more than some of the harder tracks. Usually, the bangers are the highlights, but some of the early stuff were definitely amongst my favorites this year.
Yes, it was really solid combo. I think we all can agree on that. Did you listen to combo, Waffle?
Yes. It was a really nice combo, but I have to admit that probably the best acid music combo was live when I attended TILSAC 2018. So it's always the best experiences in live there, listening and seeing people dance and the snaps break. But that's a whole nother deal. But I think my favorites were probably the most non-acidist songs of the Triple A and the Earworm acid music is so nice. Or fine, or whatever it was. It was a really nice combo.
Yeah. Does Truck have any comments on the acid music competition this year?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe one or
Yeah, maybe 1 or 8. First of all, look over the mixing is amazing. When you took Genio's track and rolled it into the next track, it was seamless, and it made both tracks, in my mind, better. Which is it's the point of mixing tracks together is to bring out everything about them and also bring them up. And somebody's blowing up my phone, and I'm going to ignore you. Another thing, there were some tracks that, people in the chat were saying, well, this isn't technically acid. And Cranksy was saying, yeah, you guys are worse than metal fans and with your genre splicing and so forth. And he's right, because there was some real nitpicking going on. But I think the way that you arranged the tracks, where you had blocks of similar stuff and then you switched to something else and then went back, I think that emphasized how I just think it brought out more from all of the tracks. It wasn't all same, and sometimes with acid it can, well, like Genio's kid said, this is the longest song I've ever heard in my life.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, one of the highlights of the year is the acid music compo, and that's why I set up to record it yesterday, thinking it was yesterday. And I'm thrilled that I have the whole thing, and I'm going to listen to it again before I go to sleep because it's amazing. I really enjoyed it. I will have more to say about it after I listen to it 2 or 3 more times, which will probably be by Monday.
Yeah. So about the genre stuff, because the rules of the comp are pretty straightforward. One would think there were some tracks that didn't adhere to the rules that you didn't hear tonight, but it's pretty much like it has to be between 130 and 150 BPM, and there has to be a prominent acid line in it. And it's just it doesn't technically have to be acid music. It has to adhere to that. And also, what is acid music? People will have very different opinions on that. But yeah, it's just, like Truck said, it's just like the how we put together a playlist is basically done by following keys. So it's basically a large wheel of circle of fifths with a couple of exceptions, and then just arrange so that the tempo and intensity sort of works out. And yeah, it's kind of like, obviously when we're mixing stuff as a DJ, you could do like the simple stuff, do like 16 bars, just crossfade and just have it like a continuous thing. But I don't know, that's not DJing. So I do believe at least when you can do stuff without messing up the original material too much. So like the main part of the track usually goes untouched. And then you have some playroom at the end of the start. And yeah, I was really happy about the looping of Genio's voice into a Ludomitis track. I was discovered by accident, and I was just like, yeah, that's going in the set.
That was absolute freaking magic there.
Hey, how about next year? Let's have a combo about where we use the Coltrane's giant steps with the acid as well. Talking about Circle of Fifths. Maybe a bit too jazzy.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a call for we need to have an Italo disco compo now.
Yes.
And I want more drone compos. So the live mixing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. All the live mixing things that have taken place this year have been absolutely magical. If there's one good thing that has come out of this pandemic, it is the live mixing stuff that we've had this year.
Yeah, we used to have, when we had these stream parties here in Finland, in Tampere, we used to have this dance music competition, which was also live mixed there. But yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have stream parties anymore, so.
Yeah, those were good. No, also, from my end, I had to explain to the person that I share this house with what acid music is. Because I got the comment, this sounds very repetitive. I said, yes, that's the idea. But yeah, I'm one of those purists that say it's acid and not acid jazz and not acid house. So, put me in that metal corner, if you please. My favorite tracks were more at the start of the competition, although obviously you like the ones at the back as well. But looking at my voting numbers, they are extremely strange. While you expect the higher votes to be given at the end, which is not the case for me. But then I am old and arrogant. I apologize for that, dear world. But no. Also, finally, I can attend one because I always have to work with my business during Tersac weekends. So this is as close as I got to it, seeing it live, and I'm happy for that.
Yes. So, do you plan on having Tersac next year? Maybe if we are off with the pandemic stuff and actually can have live parties.
Yes, I mean that's the short answer. We've had Tersac for many years, and I think actually I can't remember, but I think it's at least 10 years in at the same location.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Good, I have you. And at least we want to make one big Tersac, maybe even bigger. I mean, we tried to figure out, right, and then the whole pandemic thing happened. But we want to make something slightly bigger as a anniversary, maybe the last one, who knows, in this constellation. I mean, it's not like we are going to disappear from the face of the earth, but also sometimes you have to shake up things a bit while they're going well. So, but yes, there will be, we're planning to have another Tersac. If it's next year, well, time will tell. We are hoping so, but we won't know yet.
Yes. But the yes answer was the one that I wanted to hear, because maybe then I have chance to actually participate Tersac once. We talk about the demo competition, what that was after the so great as a music competition that made at least me want to dance. What were your thoughts on demos? Let's start with Deeper.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, that were your thoughts.
Yep. Well, I think there were. I even actually wrote some notes. There were quite interesting set of demos, like Peter the Man, for example, some kind of story behind, and then there was clockwork with the ears and some cubes inside. The clock was actually nice in the end.
Yeah. It was even said that that might have been thirsty, the clockwork.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Peetu had a first entry last year in Assembly's demo compo, but I think this is the second entry. But yeah, but I think it was a great entry all the way. So a bit coder colorish here and there,
it had a solid concept.
But it had direction and design were solid.
You can continue deeper if you had more notes.
Yeah, I have a lot of notes, but it's there's I'm trying to decode my notes actually here.
Okay.
Well, there was the Pulse Fiction with nice morphing Rayman stuffs with starting to be like quite demos. In the sense, it was like a stream of blood or something in that one. Then there was this Bad Brain Sector, which was very hypnotizing, interesting beginning, but then it went quite colorful. The Eastgate demo also was like, I think it was like the extended version of their Assembly Winter one scene demo.
Yeah, they had one scene at Assembly Winter, that's true.
Yeah, and I like the Asteroid, the Glow Taurus colors. Yes. Colors going there. Epalm had the demo, and there the beginning was very, very promising, and I think that was the moment when at least I was feeling that the real demos are beginning, and
all of them were real demos.
Yeah, I mean, demos. Epalm's was using notes, I think, making marshmallow pumpkin suited people dancing.
Yeah.
Music was very, very cool, that one. What else?
Then there was Super White Reality by Astral, and If There Was No Gravity by MFX, DCES, Erno, and Holland. So many groups. And then there was this Ember Dreams by Adapt. Can you tell us something about that?
Me?
Yes. I think you are the best one to, have to tell something about the Adapt demo.
Yeah, I would prefer hearing from you instead about that.
Okay. So you don't want to tell about your own stuff. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, well, you saw.
Yes, we saw it.
You maybe saw what we did there, yeah.
Yes.
We talked a bit. I mean, we are we have demo scene. What can you say? Thoughts and impressions. And actually, we thought that this Adapt demo was one of the more interesting ones, at least in my personal aspect, and we discussed it a bit. Sometimes there's a lot going on the screen. This time we felt slightly better, and actually we also felt that the soundtrack was carrying it really well. Was a kick-ass soundtrack, and one of the things we discussed in the demo compo in general, this is probably the best input we can give, was that there was, not for every demo, but in general there was a pretty high level of soundtrack involved, and as so many times before, there was a lot of untapped potential in some of the demos with the soundtrack. I mean, some of them had really great music and soundscape that you could, you could have used even better than that was done. So, I mean, I'm a music person myself, so I mean that's some of the best input I can give. There was some really good music in the combo, in general, at least.
Yes, I agree on that. The music on the entries were really good. Does Waffle have something to say about the demo combo?
hopefully not with too robotic voice at the moment, but yeah. I was almost about to ramble for deeper about the Adapt demo until I realized that this is probably the first Adapt demo ever that is not incoherent in the design. That is something I didn't expect at all. So kudos to that one. And I think it was a really great demo overall. But I think probably one of my favorite effects was the asteroid thing in the Eastgate production. Otherwise, I didn't that much care about the production, but the asteroid plus Taurus thing was probably the best single effect in the whole compo. But and then something that I didn't expect was the demo by MFX Holon and company, because usually when I see Uncle X demos, I would, let's say, expect something else than a vaporwave looking 80s Tron stuff. But yeah, it was really awesome. Overall, a nice combo quality.
Yes. Frankie, what did you like about the demo combo?
Basically what the Finnish waffle said, to be honest.
We need to remember that we have more than one waffle.
Yes. We have plenty of waffles. I really liked Peter the Man for it being different than the rest, and I think that all of the lyrics and the soundtrack did a lot for me.
So sorry to interrupt a bit, but have you seen the other Axe Kickle 7 demos ever?
It doesn't matter because I'm an opinionated person who is now doing this. So we are. I am commenting on this demo compo and not all the rest. So be happy because I can do this for a few hours. Also because I'm still stuck in Commodore 64 and Amiga land. The little Commodore thingy was nice, and then going for where was it? The MFX and Co. The entire synthwave, vaporwave, whatever VHS thing. I think the only thing missing was an A-Team van and BA and Hannibal jumping out. So yeah, cool. For Adapt, I have to follow Waffle here. It's one of the first Adapt demos that I get. It's usually my brain is not developed enough to comprehend Adapt demos, and this one I got. So either my brain has improved, or you have really made it so that stupid people can understand it. I have no idea.
I can actually tell some background. Usually we do different than this time. So I was actually, I have to thank Preacher was helping quite a lot, telling me that keep it simple. So I kind of believed it now. So.
Yes.
And also because of this online event, we were missing this like traditional deadline coding over the nights.
Deadline crunching.
Party coding, making the demo into chaos.
No, you can always ask for a deadline extension weeks up ahead. We've had this at Revision Online, where 3 weeks before the party, some group mailed us is that they could have like an extra 2 days to finish their demo, 3 weeks before the party. So don't be ashamed and just reach out and ask it. It's perfectly fine.
Yes. Yes, and this year we had to make the deadlines for the compos quite early because, it's not summer. People don't have holiday. We work. And people are working days, so we had to capture the demos on quite tight schedule. So we needed more days basically to make it.
Of course, except the acid music compo, right? Which got the deadline.
Except that. Yes. Yes, because it was great to have you guys doing the selection and stuff, so we could keep it open a bit longer.
But honestly, it's also one of the easier compos in that regard to manage, right? Because we don't have to test exe files on hardware and make sure that it runs and record it in the same way. So I mean, it is a compo that's more flexible, for sure.
Yeah, and actually I can tell you that all the combos, like real-time competitions, they were not only captured, but also the video captures were edited to single video timeline that has also the slides and rendered, and the whole video was shown. So to make it simple for also our tech people, because they have tons on their plate on this event, they have to do 1,000 things. So it's easier if we keep it simple.
I was missing the squeak, though.
Yeah, there was no
yeah,
squeak.
we didn't have.
There was no squeak. I'm like sad, tiny bit disappointed.
Yeah.
This is an in-joke.
Yes.
It's like so much. It's like so much of an in-joke. It has its own entry on the Wikipedia. It's like that.
Really? Yes.
I don't know. We should have.
Well, I think you can fix that if it doesn't have.
Yes, let's do that.
But back to the demo combo, I really enjoyed to see also like some fresh blood there. Even maybe not that many firsties, but people who hadn't done so many demos. Like for example, the Clockwork. If it was a second demo, it had a solid concept that kind of carried through the demo, and that's nice work.
It also had a very their use of black and white versus color was something that we don't often see in. A lot of times, people that are just starting out are just like, "Oh yes, I will use all the colors," and their use of color as a contrast to the black and white. I think it enhanced the theme. I liked that about that demo.
And no, it was black and white and all the coder colors.
Yes, it had a bit of it, but it didn't. It wasn't.
All over
their
the
saturation.
face.
Somebody had actually applied saturation to only one part rather than the entire spectrum of the demo.
I think the direction and everything was really nice, and it was. I think it conceptually went further than the last year's demo by Peetu. So I think it was really nicely done.
And also, I think many other demos had this kind of solid concept thing going on, like Demons of T-Plum, for example. They had this concept that they followed through, as well as If There Was No Gravity, as well as Ember Dream, like coherent pieces.
I have to say about the T-Palm demo, the Metaball garment was awesome. I have never seen that kind of thing in a demo before, and of course, it was a nice demo.
It was both awesome and disturbing.
Yeah, at the same time.
I was like, I don't want to be wearing that. It's really cool. I don't want one.
Yes.
Hey, Metaball toga party. Why wouldn't you want that?
Okay,
let's have that in another discussion.
By the way, I have to tell you that I got a comment from Sivu about the super wide reality. That do we get that it has some references to second reality? For example, the spaceships that were there as the exact same model.
And there is also.
I was ignoring that because I liked the demo, and I don't want to make it that I don't like the demo because it has references to something that is overhyped.
I
think there is also a minor reference in the name.
Yes,
there is.
yeah.
I'm maybe
I didn't get the reference at all, but now when you mentioned it, I was more or less checking that the canyon scene was so cliches 3D flying scene that I didn't even get the second reality there.
It felt detached from the rest of the demo for me as well. I mean, that demo actually looked and felt and sounded really, really nice. But that scene in particular, I didn't get the reference either. But maybe I'm too old. I don't know.
I think I didn't get the reference.
Too old for second reality.
You're not old enough for second reality.
But I really like the foggy, moody scenes that there were like before and after that. So it was really.
If I can jump in on the
Unreal Engine demo, yes. Yeah.
What did you say, Deeper?
It has also another reference to Future Crew because Superbad Reality uses Unreal Engine.
Really? True.
No, if I may say so, over the moodiness, there were so many demos that where I was actually wondering if they were putting like a retro filter or a fog filter over it, or that the encoder was doing really bad. Sometimes it was like, no, this is the encoder not being able to cope. Sometimes it's like, no, I think they're adding like a 4th generation VHS copy filter over it. So it wasn't always clear if the fog was intentional or not.
Yeah, I have to admit that I need to check if there was no Gravity and Ember Dream like real time because the encoder kind of messed it up for me.
I absolutely have to watch the ADAPT demo on real hardware.
That's the downside of online, right? I mean, that you don't see it in true HD and like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we kind of discussed a bit about this yesterday when we had the intro compos, like because in intros it's even. I would say even more an issue because, anything where you have a large amount of noise or fractal detail is just what's going to get ruined by an encoder that emphasizes realistic, and therefore it's just going to go and say, "Oh, noise! People don't want to see that." And then your effect is all gone.
But on the good qualities of encoder noise, the humane production, the what was it called? Bad brain sector. I think that was one of my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though that probably the encoder wasn't that well supporting it, but it still worked with the demo well.
Yeah, it had really nice use of the Moir effect. I liked it a lot, and I kind of like that kind of demos a lot. I do noise demos in the end.
Then that's perfect for you. That's absolutely.
So yeah.
Laguber, I'm going to say something now because if I don't, someone's going to blow up my phone more, and it's not going to make any sense to you. But I love Norway.
Yeah. Well. Didn't seem to work. The phone's still blowing up.
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to, mute it now.
Yeah. No, but on behalf of Norway and the Norwegian population, I thank you for that and the mysterious caller in your Finnish little home studio. Norway is, of course, a great country, except for Bergkrystallen, which is a really small part of Norway, and Oslo. That's terrible.
That is not the traditional thing to diss in Norway.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm muting my phone now.
Look over, you're now an honorary Finn.
Yeah. Does it include the train station area or not?
There is no train station at Bergkrystallen.
Okay, just checking. Just connecting shitholes in
pull myself
Oslo.
Together now. If I can.
Also, I should point out that Cowie says that everybody should go to mountain bites in February.
Well, we're trying.
Yes, we are trying. Some of us are not going to be able to go due to logistical difficulty right around that same time. So Cowie will instead go for some of us. But yes.
Okay. I would also want to remind you, viewers, that vote. The voting is open till 10 a.m. Finnish time tomorrow, and then the prizes are given after 2 o'clock. So please go and vote. The results depend on you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can we download the productions yet and run them on our own machines yet?
That's a very good question that probably someone of the Compo crew knows an answer, but that's not me.
Right. Well, if somebody could send one of us a message like, blow up my phone with that info, that would be helpful.
I'm checking
because
my phone now.
Yeah. Because quite frankly...
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Well, it would...
Tomorrow.
Before the Compo voting ends?
No, but we do have the previews though.
Yeah, my problem is, again, the encoding. I would, in many cases, like to see it. Well, I mean, I voted live, but I'd kind of like to go back with some of them and just maybe I'll give it a. Well, actually, yeah, that's going to be tough because so many of them are about 5s already.
Yeah, like all the acid combo 5.
Yeah, the acid combo is just like 5, 5, 5, 5, need 7, 5, need 8, 5, 9, 9. Yeah, just not enough stars.
Yes. Okay. Any final comments of assembly online in general or this day? Let's start with someone who likes to talk.
I would like to start on this and jump back to a comment that I made during our demo show last Thursday, now available on YouTube for those who missed it. And that we had here at Assembly, we had PC demos, which a lot of online parties, you had graphics and music, but the not quality but quantity, the amount of demos was low. And when you see here that you have 11 entries, and there are firsties, there are concepts, there are great demos, there are demos that even my brain gets now. So that's like the amount of entries and releases. Also looking at the other competitions, like the 1Ks, and of course all the music stuff that they do. Also acid jazz is not acid. It's I am really happy with the amount of releases and of course the quality. But you always have a certain baseline of quality, but like the amount is and was really good. And there, I have said it, and I can now repeat until somebody interrupts me looking at truck, because you usually do that. So until then, I just keep talking slower.
I muted myself. I did. I totally muted myself, and I also don't know if you noticed, but Pants Off just walked past, so that was more important.
I was like
Danish people and
no.
Yes.
Truck. I have seen too many things on that. Moon TV thing that this is nothing. So this is.
Oh, I know. I was thinking for a second there. Oh yeah, we're on Finnish television. That's going to be a problem. Wait a minute, the Moon TV we're on. Forget it. Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah,
sorry.
We totally know that you're totally sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you want me to interrupt or not?
No, I was just running out of stuff to say and to keep it like
any last words any last words?
You want my last words? I would like to travel again.
Beepers. So any last comments on today's demo combos?
I've said mine.
Let's start with Deeper.
Somebody else.
No, somebody was actually asking Truck that how can you run the PC demos on your Amiga? So.
Oh, I didn't see that question. Because I'm not. Because I can't. I can't see the question. Sorry. How do I run PC demos on my Amiga? I have a ZZ9000 card.
Why did someone ask about this? This is
yeah, seriously. I can go on for days about my Amigas. So
who asked in the chat? Can we have a moderator ban the person? That's trolling. That's high level trolling.
I would say you use a bridge board, but that's something else.
No, I have one of those too, but I totally have a ZZ9000 board, and I'll shut up now.
Okay.
Truck's Amiga Tech channel will someday go up on YouTube, and no one will
That's
watch
over
it.
the world.
And probably run slides with Scala.
So, any comments? Now I actually want to have last comments of you for your. Oh, I can't talk. Last comments of today. Let's start with Waffle.
Party hard.
Party hard.
Nothing
Okay.
further to say.
Beeper, your last comments today.
Vote.
Vote. Okay. Truck, last comments.
I have to unmute myself. I honestly thought you were going to have me go last, so therefore I wasn't. I was preparing, so now I'm not prepared.
Sorry.
Just say pants off. Or
Yes,
something.
pants off. Pants off works. Yes.
Good. Okay.
Also, the Hogmanay, I can't pronounce it. The Hogmanay party on New Year's. Get your productions ready, because that's going to be an amazing party also. I'm not sure. It might be the next party. I honestly haven't looked at demoparty.net recently.
There might be something in Bingen, end of December, but not sure.
Look over. Any last
Hogmanay
comments?
party is a party that will happen for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Truck Frankie, no.
Hey, never stop the madness. Ja sit
Never
vedetään
stop the
taas.
madness. Look over. Any last comments?
I guess not really. Just thanks for having me, and thanks to both Assembly and Tursak for letting me do the Acid Compo this year as well. I really enjoy it, so yeah.
Yeah,
It was great.
It was awesome. Okay, any last comments from Cherisak?
Yes, I mean, this is going to be a repeat of what other people say, but I know that a lot of people had invested hours and hours of their spare time into doing demos and tracks and everything for the competitions. So yes, vote. I mean, that's the best you can do out there, right? And one last thing, sauna.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, Frankie, last comment.
Keep making demos.
Okay. So yes, keep making demos, vote, go sauna, take pants off, and never stop the madness. I think that's something to summarize the Assembly Online 2020. And have a good night. Remember to vote and sleep. And see you again. Bye-bye.
Sinä hyödyt siitä, mitä Jims tietää. Jims.fi.
This is Jake. His data just leaked online. If Jake doesn't react, a fake Jake could ruin his life. Luckily, Jake has F-Secure ID protection, which helps him prevent identity theft.
marraskuusta alkaen myös E-liiga. Katso, kun kaikki Suomen kovimmat seurat taistelevat historian ensimmäisestä E-liigan mestaruudesta. E-liiga. Marraskuussa.
I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon you will become.
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Blacklist, we make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
Seconds.
We got company.
Soon, the entire world will burn, all because of him.
The ghost is here!
Do you feel it? Something's coming. I want to be a part of this world. But it's all a lie.
Hey again, and good night to all of you. What great compos we had, and an exciting Compostudio as well. Thank you for all of the watchers and listeners for tonight. And remember to vote. Tomorrow we will be doing the prize ceremony in the afternoon. And for now I'll change back to Finnish. Hei Chris.
Hei Mia.
Kiva kun tulit tähän lähetykseen kanssani.
Kiitos. Kiva olla tässä.
Kiva. Joo. Hei, meillä oli tänään Valoranttia.
Kyllä.
Ja se peli vähän joutui jäämään kesken, kun oli sellaisia teknisiä ongelmia, mitä nyt Valorantissa voi olla. Ja saatiin tänne täällä on
Koristeita.
Koristeita, joo. Tää on tämmönen kiva glitter-pallo. Nämä on jo hetken aikaa ollut tässä jo täällä. Mut niin, Valorantti. Sen ilmeisesti voitti sit lopulta Isol Bullil-tiimi.
Okei.
Katoit sä yhtään sitä peliä?
En.
Et kattonut?
En. Mä pelasin Beat Saberia.
No okei. Mitä sä pelasit Beat Saberia sen ajan?
Joo.
Kuinka paljon sä oot nyt pelannut tänä viikonloppuna?
Todennäköisesti liikaa ottaen huomioon, että käsien liikkuminen on niinku tätä tasoa tällä hetkellä. Ja ei, joo, mutta tästä suoremmaksi tää ei oikeastaan mene.
Meneekö se niinku tälleen?
Ei.
Mutta siis pystytkö niinku tekemään tällaisen, otetaanko tämmönen, tiedätkö, korona, näin, kato. Hyvin se liikkuu. Oi vitsi, me saadaan vielä, kato, lisää jengiä messiin, mahtavaa.
Ai vitsi.
Huikeeta.
Steri mukaan.
Abys ja Steri messissä. Steri pitää huolen myös jalkapuolena näköjään. Se vähän on vinos. Mua pelottaa, että se ehkä kaatuu, mutta ei se mitään. Ei se kaadu. Se on, sitä paitsi Steri on meidän turvamies, joten jos mitään, niin se pitää meistä huolta.
Toinen meinaa vaan kaatuu.
Joo, Jussilla on vähän enemmän tommonen kenomeininki, mutta ei se mitään. Joo. Oot sä pelannut aiemmin Beat Saberia?
En oo. Mulla on jäänyt vähän vähemmälle toi, että nyt kun pääs kokeilemaan studiolla, niin...
Vieläkään päässyt kokeilemaan.
On vielä päällä tuolla, niin sulla pitää tästä mennä sitten vielä.
Nyt pää ei ole kohta enää päällä, että pystyisin kokeilemaan. Siinä on se, että kun siinä on se VR-puoli, niin sit pitäisi pystyä jotenkin katsoa. Se on vähän vaikea.
Joo, se vaatii vähän keskittymistä vielä, että kun pitää saada kädet rytmissä heilumaan sille suurin piirtein oikeaan suuntaan ja oikea väri oikeaan käteen ja näin. Niin.
Onko sulla tullut vielä niitä semmosia, missä pitää liikkua sillä lailla?
Joo, mä siis tossa tänään mun projekti oli vetää Caramel-danssen läpi expertillä ja mitä mä tunnin puolitoista sitä varmaan vedin putkeen siinä ja luovuttaminen oli lähellä, mutta kyllä se sieltä sitten sieltä tuli ja
meni läpi.
En jäänyt kuin semmoset, mitäs mä muistelin 10 000 pistettä meidän pro-pelaajaa Suomen top 90.
Hetkinen, ja Venä, sä oot nyt pelannut niinku pari päivää muutaman tunnin.
Joo.
No niin, ok. Eli joo, ihan kova taso sitten suoraan. Joo. No mitä muuta sä oot tehnyt, kun pelannut Beat Saberia?
No, mä oon täällä noita kameroita heilutellut.
Ai niin näitä?
Niin, näitä. Kivoja robokameroita. Enemmän noita, noi on vähän huonoja.
Okei.
Ja sit mä oon tuo Twitchin puolella vähän ja Discordissa valvonut käyttäytymistä.
No mites siellä on ollut? Onko ollut valvottavaa? Onko meidän katsojat ollut nätisti?
Aika lailla joo, et ei ihan hirveästi ole tarvinnut sieltä jengiä poimia pois, mutta kyllä niitäkin on muutama ollut, mutta ei nyt mitenkään normaalia enemmän. Yllättävän vähän näin niin ottaen huomioon, että kaikki on ollut kuitenkin siellä Twitchissä.
Niin totta. Nyt on ollut meillä on ollut tosi paljon, että meillä on ollut Discordissa ja Twitchissä ja somessa ja joka paikassa porukkaa. Että tosi erityyppistä kuin mitä olisi eventin aikaa. Niin kuin normaalin fyysisen eventin aikana.
Kyllä.
Joo. Ok. No mutta eihän siinä. Me ollaan nyt tässä parina iltana, no niin, nyt on 4/5, huomenna on 5/5 päivä. Ja eilen me loppuyöstä raidattiin reivit, koska siellä oli sellaiset käynnissä ja pari iltaa aiemmin niin ollaan sitten raidattu vähän pienempiä tilejä. Tänään me yritettiin katsoa, että olisiko ollut meidän noita community-kästäjiä tai muita hereillä, mutta ei oikein löytynyt. Mutta sitten meillä oli kyllä yksi taho, joka on ollut myös tässä onlineissa tavalla tai toisella mukana. Ja hänellä on vähän enemmän katsojia, mutta ei se mitään. Siellä oli huikea meininki. Siellä on Lego-rakennushommat käynnissä Aipalla. Ja me voitaisiin sinne tämä meidän homma siirtää. Mutta huomenna meillä on vielä aamu-tv:tä. Tontun kanssa normaalisti ja sitten palkintojen jako, missä jaetaan sitten kaikki meidän kompojen palkinnot ja myös näiden kreatiivikisojen. Tänään me katsoitko kun me katsottiin näitä meemejä?
Joo, mä katsoin tuolla.
Ja sitten me käytiin katsoa niitä kotilaneja.
Joo, mä tuolla just silloin noita kameroita kameroit heiluttelinkin.
No niin, ootko käynyt äänestää vielä meemi?
En mä oo vielä käynyt.
No niin, siihen on vielä aikaa. Eli, ja vielä itse asiassa, no okei, enää ei, 1,5 tuntia sitten olisi vielä voinut osallistua myös siihen meemikisaan, mutta nyt sitä voi äänestää. Ja huomenna me sitten löydetään sieltä äänien kautta sitten niin voittajat ja palkitaan heidät. Ja peruspalkintojen jälkeen sitten vielä jatkuu päivä tuossa Pro CS:n Rainmakerin finaalin parissa. Sellaista meillä on huomenna tarjolla.
Yes. Menkää raidaamaan Aippa ja laittakaa kaikki sinne Aipan chattiin PogChamp, koska se on paras Twitchin näistä emojeista.
Okay.
Yes.
Siistiä. Tää oli nyt joku ihan pro-tip. Tällaista mä en ole kuullutkaan, mutta mahtavaa. Joo, kertokaa myös paljon rakkautta Assemblyltä. Assembly loves you ja tää on meidän online-aly. Ja hyvää yötä, nähdään huomenna.
Hyvää yötä.
Sinä hyödyt siitä, mitä Jims tietää. Jims.fi.
This is Jake. His data just leaked online. If Jake doesn't react, a fake Jake could ruin his life. Luckily, Jake has F-Secure ID protection, which helps him prevent identity theft.
Wow.